Winter in Japan feels like silence turned into scenery. The air is sharp, the light soft, and the snow falls in slow, deliberate patterns, as if the sky itself is whispering calm. In a quiet countryside town outside Sapporo, there stands a tiny wooden house, its roof heavy with fresh snow, its windows glowing amber against the cold. This is not just a shelter from winter, it's a celebration of it. As you step closer, the sound of snow crunches softly under your boots. The smell of cedar greets you before the door even opens. A small paper lantern flickers by the entrance, its flame trembling gently in the wind. You slide open the wooden door, and warmth wraps around you instantly. Inside, the world feels smaller, but infinitely more peaceful. The walls are lined with pale cedar, polished smooth by hand. Tatami mats cover the floor, releasing their faint scent of straw each time you step across. A small heater hums in the corner, radiating soft, even heat. On the table, steam rises from a ceramic teapot, curling lazily into the still air. Outside, the snow falls endlessly. Inside, time stands still. The owner of this tiny winter home, Yuki, built it with her father, a retired carpenter from Hokkaido. They designed it to be both simple and strong. A modern cabin that honors traditional Japanese craftsmanship. The frame is made of hinoki wood, chosen for its scent and resilience. The insulation, thick but breathable, keeps the home warm without losing the feeling of natural air. She says, a winter home should feel like a blanket, not a box. The house is just 24 square meters, yet it feels complete. Every inch has a purpose. A sleeping loft sits above the main room, low and cozy, reachable by a short wooden ladder. The kitchen is compact but perfectly arranged. One stove, a wooden shelf of ceramics, a tiny sink by the window. Each object feels intentional, handmade, functional, and beautiful in its simplicity. Yuki pours tea into 2 small cups. The liquid glows gold in the soft lamplight. She gestures toward the window. The garden outside is covered in snow, the bamboo fence barely visible beneath its white weight. She says, "This is my favorite time of year." The world becomes quiet enough to listen. From the window seat, the view looks like a painting, snowflakes drifting across the dark sky, landing softly on the wooden veranda. The lanterns outside glow like stars fallen to earth. In Japanese design, winter is not seen as something to escape, but something to embrace. The home itself becomes a partner to the season. The warmth inside is not just physical, it's emotional, born from texture, scent, and light. You notice how everything here feels alive. The kettle whistles softly. The wood creaks as it expands and contracts with the warmth. The candle flame wavers when the wind brushes the walls. Even stillness has motion. On one wall, a single scroll hangs, brushed with the word Yuki. Snow. It's a reminder that beauty lies in impermanence. Each snowflake falls, melts, and disappears, yet in that brief existence it is perfect. Yuki's mini house is built on that same philosophy. Nothing is wasted, nothing excessive. There's space to move, to rest, to breathe. When you live small, you learn to notice the softness of the air, the warmth of the floor, the silence between moments. The small heater fills the space with a steady hum. The smell of pine and tea blend into something you wish you could keep forever. Yuki begins preparing dinner. A small pot of miso soup with mushrooms and tofu, simmering on the stove. The steam rises and fills the air with comfort. She says, when it's snowing, food tastes warmer. And she's right. The sound of the wind outside makes the inside feel even more intimate. The roof groans lightly under the snow's weight, but the house feels steady, solid, grounded. Built not to fight nature, but to live with it. In one corner of the room, a small wood stove glows red, the flames flickering behind the glass. Above it, a kettle stays warm, ready for tea at any time. The light from the fire dances on the walls, casting shadows that move like slow waves. The home breathes with the fire. You can hear the wind whistle softly through the bamboo outside, mixing with the gentle crackle of wood. This sound, natural, layered, alive, is the music of winter in Japan. As night deepens, Yuki climbs to her sleeping loft. The ceiling is low. You have to crawl, but that's part of its charm. From her futon, she can see out through a small skylight, snowflakes drifting past the glass, glowing briefly as they catch the moonlight. She says, I like sleeping under falling snow. It feels like the sky is tucking me in. The room grows quiet. The only light left is from the embers in the stove. The world outside fades into white silence. And then you understand what makes the Japan winter mini house so special. It's not about size or luxury or even design. It's about rhythm, the way the home and the season move together, the way warmth and cold, light and dark, stillness and motion all exist in harmony. This house doesn't separate you from winter. It lets you live within it. In the morning, the snow is deeper. Yuki opens the wooden door and steps outside, her breath visible in the cold air. The sun rises over the hills, scattering light across the snow, turning it silver. Inside, steam begins to rise again from the kettle, marking the start of another quiet day. You can almost hear the house smile. Because in this tiny home, life is not about escaping the cold. It's about finding warmth where it matters most. In wood. In light. In the small, perfect stillness of winter in Japan.